Hey everybody, Chris here. Pullback in the crypto markets with Dogecoin, Bitcoin, and ETH all falling. We're going to take a look at that in this video. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell too. You can be notified when my new videos come out, as well as when I do live streams. And we were talking on our live stream Saturday, and someone in the chat said that most likely we would continue a rally through Sunday and then have a big dump on Monday. And I said, no, I think it's going to be a little different. I think we'll probably dump on Sunday and then recover on Monday. Well, is this the dump? Is this the pullback? What is the overall bullish structure that I've been talking about? What does that look like? How is that affected? Let's take a look at it. Let me show you the charts on the news. I'll show you what I'm looking at. Let me start here looking at the current Dogecoin chart on a Sunday morning, 22.9. Yes, we are just below this 23 line here, the blue line. And we zoom back, and this is what we had. We had the big run after, during and after the Chair Powell talk in Jackson Hole, the Fed Chair, on Friday. Came right over this 23-cent line, came up over 24. I predicted we would dip back down to 22.9, which we did. Came back up, hit 24 cents as resistance. I moved my magnet over, right? And we were just trading right in the middle there, 23.5 for most of Saturday. But overnight, there was some pullback that happened here with Doge. And ETH is doing the same thing, just not quite as bad of a pullback at the moment on ETH. We could see ETH come back down to like 4,600, but we'll see whether 4,700 holds as well. And Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin was weaker yesterday, actually. We were looking at that, right? How Dogecoin was outperforming Bitcoin there. But today on the pullback, a little harder for Doge. And we've got some others that are pulling back pretty bad too. Like Algorand is pulling down pretty bad. We have Harmony One really pulling back. VeChain coming down. So there's a lot of them pulling back. There's XRP is about to go back below $3 here. So it's across the market, not just Dogecoin, but overall, look, Bitcoin drops below 115K with the decrease. Again, I'll show you what I see happening with that in just a minute. And we've got some bears coming out again. Expert warns Bitcoin could crash to 70K. Altcoins, 80% bloodbath. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, you don't see what the overall structure is, which I still think is very bullish. And this is a pullback again, and it's not like this wasn't predicted, right? Like even Merlin Trader with Bitcoin, right? We come over this sloping resistance line, right? We break over it, hit a new all-time high. What happens? There's a retest, right? You get a pullback. Happens all the time in trading. This isn't anything like 2021. Remember 2021 when we hit the top there? Now this was in the springtime, right? And the summer was bad. 2021 summer was bad, that big pullback. Now there was a lot of fun going on, right? Like Tesla, like stopping Bitcoin payment, like and everyone hated Elon all of a sudden. And with Dogecoin, of course, there was the whole Saturday Night Live fiasco that everyone called for it, even though Dogecoin was getting heavily shorted then. This is nothing like that. This is just a retest before moving higher. I believe that is still coming in the fall. Top, retest, and then a breakout, right? Same thing on RSI, right? You get the RSI coming up, hasn't topped yet, retest before breakout. And even Trader Allen, right? He's looking at this. He's like a symmetrical triangle correction, right? And we're going to retest. That would be the A, B, C, D, E if you're into those kinds of patterns, right? And that's typical, right? We always have these. Now you could say A, B, C, D, E, F, right? You could start there. It doesn't matter, but that, and he's looking at all these little corrections that happen, but the bigger moves, right? The bigger moves are within this pattern. And there will be a pullback. And we are in that pullback now. Dogecoin has been forming a symmetrical triangle correction pattern on the daily chart. This is a type of horizontal triangle consisting of 5 subwaves that create this structure A, B, C, D, E. This pattern reflects a balance of forces and moves in a sideways direction. The subwaves were identified, generally form patterns of threes. A motive wave in uptrend will follow the correction pattern. So, and that is what we see as we go back to the daily here, as we see this move, right? And what do these up and down patterns do, right? What are they actually doing? So we will show that. Here's Kaleo, right? Doge versus Bitcoin. And he's still predicting this big breakout of Doge versus Bitcoin coming, because we've seen these pullbacks, Doge versus Bitcoin, and then a run, pullback, run, pullback, run, pullback. And are we getting this bigger run like we had back in 2020, 2021? He thinks that this setup we have right now is very similar to what we had back then, and Doge will go on this huge run versus Bitcoin, long overdue for an explosive move. Overall, for Dogecoin, the strategic breakout potential underpinned by a rare convergence of technical and macroeconomic catalysts. The Fed's dovish pivot, combined with a favorable technical setup, growing institutional interest, creates a compelling case for a long-term position. While risks exist, the alignment of these factors, particularly the potential for now a new 40% price move up, makes Dogecoin a high conviction opportunity for investors seeking exposure to a market poised for a breakout. As the Fed's September decision approaches, ETF approvals loom. The coming months will be critical in determining whether Dogecoin can capitalize on its current momentum. For those willing to act with discipline and risk management, right? Can you believe that? Well, for Dogecoin, right? Talking about discipline and risk management. The convergence of macro and technical signals offers a rare window to position for a potential multi-bagger. Potential multi-bagger for Dogecoin, right? Breakout imminent for Dogecoin. This is just a pullback before the big move. And what's happening here? Well, we've got the pinger going off, and we've got more liquidations happening, including Doge, 22.8, right? $167,000 Doge position got taken out. BNB got taken out. XRP, Ondo, and a lot of ETHs on the pullback here got taken out. And what does the heat map look like? And this is it, right? There's a lot of shorts up here. Look at all these traders shorting Dogecoin. Those are all still open. Once we get above 24 and start taking those out, there'll be a big short squeeze. But now the market makers are in control, pushing the price down, taking out all of these long leverage trades here. And this was predicted. And I talked about this, that we would come down to at least half of the move from Friday, that we would probably come down to half of the Friday move. And what does that look like for Doge? So let's go to the 45-minute chart, and we will see that half of that move would get us to about 22.5 cents. That would be like half of this move. The bullish structure overall, like I talked about with Bitcoin, if we come down out to the 4-hour, we were looking at this move of Bitcoin where on the daily, going back to July, you have the big move, right? You come up to a high, you retest down, and then you chop for a while. There'll be that pullback, right? That'll happen. That'll scare everybody, right? And that's like half of the move is what you get. Then you go on a run, and then you come back again and retest that low before moving higher. And that's what we have with Dogecoin going on right now. As we look at Doge's chart, that's what's happening now. You have the big move. You come up to a high, right? You pull back, come up, chop a bit, and then you pull back again. So that's what's happening now. That is a bullish structure overall. We are still in Dogecoin, moving up with a sloping support line. the sloping support line here still in play. And as we go through the rest of August and into September, that line keeps coming higher and higher, reducing the risk of Dogecoin as we move into the fall. So, hey, we'll watch this again on the next live stream Sunday afternoon. Join in. Make sure you're subscribed. You got your notifications on. We're going to move the magnet over. We're going to have to move it over because we need some help here, right? We need some help with Doge. Come on. Let's go. There's a buying opportunity, though, right? That's what I say, right? I don't have any more cash for dips. Well, some of you were waiting for pullbacks. So there you go. There's your opportunity. Will it come lower again, like 22.5? Maybe like half of this measured move. That's what we're looking at. Give the video a like. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about this current pullback happening and where we go from here. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I appreciate the support. We'll see you next time.